have a lot of patients that come in and they say, oh, the baby took my calcium, or the baby made my teeth weaker. Your teeth were probably horrible before you got pregnant. Of course, I'm not just gonna come out there and tell you that, but again, especially—
I saw them teeth before you got Now more than ever, it is very important that you all out there, that we all listen to Black women. And in this episode, we're gonna be talking about how we can feed our minds, our bodies, and our soul.
One thing I noticed that we don't really touch on a lot is postpartum. I've had a few friends go through it. I know some guys don't even believe it's real. They think it's a myth. Yeah. We've seen a lot of people come and snap back like they never even had a child, right? And other people feel the pressures from that as well, and that makes them depressed.
Yeah.
Can you speak a little bit more on that?
Oh, absolutely. So, we call that time like the fourth trimester, right? And the reason why I feel like people have so many issues because during the pregnancy, we see you so many times, right? So we're seeing you monthly at the beginning, then we're seeing you every 2 weeks, then we're seeing you weekly. So we see you so much, and then it seems like after you have the baby, it's like, oh, bye, I'll see you in 6 weeks. And so a lot happens in the postpartum period. I mean, from the fluctuation of hormones to, you trying to figure out how to breastfeed your baby, to mastitis, to the night sweats, to you may be irritable and, resentful. I'm probably the meanest to my husband when I'm postpartum. And, then you're worried about your body issues. Some people do, snap back. I hate the term, but some people do snap back. And then some people may wonder, why is it taking me months to lose the weight? And so there are just so many things to navigate. And so I tell people to have a plan in place. So for me, what I did is I literally assigned each of my sisters and my sister-in-law a week to come help me. So I usually always say, like, I'm fine. I know by the fourth baby, I'm not fine postpartum. So I literally had people on hand to help me. I tell people it truly does take a village, right? You can't do this by yourself. You're not supposed to do this by yourself. So whether it's your partner, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, I encourage you, if you have friends who are postpartum, show up for them, because you just never know what people are going through. Postpartum depression and anxiety is so real, and if you have any of these things going on, make sure that you see your doctor. Don't sit and think that things are normal, right? I think one of the biggest things I want people to get from this is that know the warning signs postpartum. So for me, I usually have completely normal blood pressure, right? But postpartum, it always creeps up, and postpartum preeclampsia is very dangerous, just as dangerous as it is during the pregnancy. So you want to make sure you're looking out for things like headaches or increased swelling, or your blood pressure's getting higher, your vision changes, anything like that, fevers, anything, you need to make sure that you bring it up to your doctor. A lot of us will just sit home and be like, oh, it's normal. I think we're just so used to suffering as Black women.
That's it.
And so, if it's not normal, right? If you are worried enough, you need to come in. I always tell my patients, I would rather you come in and I tell you it's nothing and you go home than you sit home and it's something you never came in, right? I feel like we should not have people still dying from stroke and blood clots and bleeding and all these things that we're still dying of in 2025. And I also tell people that when it's, comes to Black women, like your education doesn't save you, how much money you make doesn't save you. The stats are still the same. And so you really just need to advocate for yourself. And honestly, we as, clinicians and doctors need to be advocating more for our patients as well.
How does pregnancy affect your teeth?
Yes, that's one of those myths, right? There are a lot of myths and I have a lot of patients that come in and they say, oh, the baby took my calcium, or the baby made my teeth weaker. And that's not the case. Now, hormonal issues affect teeth and gums, right? But the baby is not taking anything away as far as teeth are concerned. Because I have patients that come in that are pregnant that say, my teeth are horrible now. Well, your teeth were probably horrible before you got pregnant. Of course, I'm not just gonna come out there and tell you that. But again, especially—
I saw them teeth before you got
I would rather hit a hard truth.
But if you are thinking about getting pregnant, yes, it is the perfect time to see a dentist. So that we can start educating you on the proper things to do, before you go that route of getting pregnant.
So even the gums, because somebody told me that your gums bleed when you're pregnant, or is that true?
That's a part of the hormonal changes that can happen. Doesn't happen for everyone, but that is one of the signs that maybe hormones are fluctuating, especially if you haven't dealt with those issues prior to pregnancy. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm so glad you said hormones, because let's talk about menopause. Okay, so I want to talk about everything menopause, because I feel like this is something that I seen my mother go through because she had the fan.
Yes,
but that's the only thing I knew was about the fan. I didn't know what age I should be looking out for it at. I don't know how to prevent. Can you prevent it? How do you help yourself? Help, because it's not too far away, okay? I don't think. What's the age?
Okay, so as far as for menopause, so the average age of menopause in the U.S. is about 51, right?
Oof. Okay, I'm good.
But people may experience menopause before or after that. So the actual definition of menopause, you have to have 1 entire year without periods. If you're still having periods, you're probably in perimenopause, right? And that's usually I see it in my patients around like the mid 40s to 50s, but I tell people it can be as early.
In their 30s now.
Correct. So you can hear,
What?
so as early as, late 30s, people 36, 37, they're starting to have symptoms. So
It is a little hot in here.
so like, might have like vaginal dryness or, the hot flashes that people know, irritability, you may have issues sleeping, memory loss. I mean, there's a lot of things. And really it's just because of this drop in estrogen, that we need as women, and that's slowly starting to go away the closer you get to menopause, and that's everything that comes along with it.
There's no TikTok pill for that?
There's no TikTok pill for that. And for everybody, the severity is different, right? So some people may have, experienced menopause and their symptoms are just, they're fine, right? They don't even want or need medication. And some people, their symptoms are severe. And of course, we know that the symptoms are more severe in Black women. There's lots of reasons for that too.
Yeah.
It's always, right? It's always with
Always.
us. But so again, make sure you have a doctor that you trust. You always want to start with like a lifestyle modification. So it comes to the fan. There's like cooling sheets and pillows now that you can use, turning the air down, making sure you're eating right, exercising, sleep. Like you always want to start with those things. And then if none of those work, then your doctor might offer you some hormones. And some people, their lives are changed after they take their hormones. Like I got some patients who were like literally we're in their 60s and we're like, I'm not giving up my hormones, like because their life is so much better now. They can have like sex again, and they can sleep again. They're not angry at everybody in their house again. And so hormones may be for you, they may not be for you, but you just need to talk to your doctor about your options, because there's a lot of options when it comes to that. It's not the end all be all when you're in the menopause stage. And you can talk about
I can attest to that.
Yeah.
I'm in my 40s, and somewhere along the line, approaching 40, a lot of things went south. Sex drive, energy. But once I started bioidentical hormone therapy, it has been a game changer for me.
And what is that?
So I know you can speak to it more, Dr. Nicole, but it's hormone pellets, right? Is it testosterone, I think?
It's a mix. So depending on what OB you go to, some don't use the pellets because so there's mixed reviews when it comes to that. But I will say that some patients swear by it, and here you are saying that it does work.
It definitely works, and my husband uses it as well.
Yeah.
And so
y'all just be having fun
bunny
over there.
rabbits, baby. Okay, it is game changing
that's
when
what
both of
people
us
say.
are using it, because our energy level is higher. We sleep better. It really has been eye opening.
Oh, I love that. I love that you obviously introduced it to us, but you done already did it. So you can tell us and put us on a little bit.
Yeah.